Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. Welcome to a special edition of Taco Tuesdays with my wonderful co-host, David from Tarot by the Bay.
Hey, everyone. I was just realizing as I'm looking at my background here, somebody mentioned about the cactus looking like something phallic. And let me bring this up here. This is what we've got. It's not what you think it is, but okay, I'm gonna put it in the low light. Looks a little suggestive. Grab them by the cactus, I always say.
Yes, yeah. You people in your minds. Thank you for joining us. I'm sure that there's lots of people that are going on and talking about the debate. And yeah, we had to change our time because otherwise we would have been doing our show during the debate, and both of us wanted to watch it. So there you go. So just very, very quickly, I'm going to say hello to Linda Kennedy, Bombzilla.
Gary's calling.
Yeah. Tell him, we're in the middle of a show, Gary. You chose your wife.
He just in the chat.
Oh, yeah, you can come on in. So, yes. Hello, Rose Blue, Tea Garden Chicken, Lunar 11 Light. Said Guamzilla. I did. Anya Ashdown. Hello, Anya. Linda Kennedy. Kathleen Bourgeois. Becky Stone. Kristen F, Sylvia D, Julie Moon, Anna Hutchinson, Dawn Turner, and Christine Smith, Kathy P, Epically Epic. Oh, I love that name. Yeah, Lisa Ann, Book. Hello, Book. Let's just get right to it. What'd you think of the debate?
I thought Kamala Harris did extremely well. I texted Linda G and you early on within the first 10, 15 minutes saying Kamala is killing it. And she really was. She had the right energy. I was curious how she was going to handle Trump on this. Just a couple of observations. One, I was talking about this with Marina earlier. When they first started, I noted how she walked across to shake hands with him. And basically walked almost all the way to his podium to do it. The second was when talking, he was blinking a lot. And I was looking for pupils. Okay, were his pupils dilated? They didn't look any more dilated than the hosts. And when Kamala was done talking, she started blinking a lot too. So I kind of tossed out the whole blinking thing as just, it might be they're just getting used to the environment they were in. I thought Kamala did a really nice job of not answering questions she didn't want to answer. She was good. She was very good at pivoting. It was annoying me at first, but then I realized, well, he's going to do the same thing. So, play to your strengths. So she didn't do what Biden did, where she answered the questions and then gets steamrolled because he's talking about his talking points. I think Ronnie Jackson dialed him back a little bit from the previous debate. He seemed more amped up. And maybe that's because Biden's energy was lower, but he didn't seem as amped up this time. Yeah. His energy was actually, I think it was a nice balance. When Kamala Harris started commenting about his crowds leaving early and bored, that got under his skin. Oh, man. And from that point on, she never could get if you watched it, she never got the last word in. Whenever like you ask her a question, he gets to answer and she gets to rebut. After her rebuttal, he always interrupted to throw in something else. And a lot of the time, the thing he threw in had nothing to do with what they were previously talking about. So I saw earlier in the comments so much for the microphones being muted. Kamala Harris got exactly what she wanted. Either they agreed to unmute the mics or ABC left Trump's mic unmuted, because I swear if she talked for 20 minutes, he talked for about 30, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
It was not an even discourse, but that's fine. That's what she wanted. She wanted people to hear him rambling on and talking about stupid stuff like Haitian people eating dogs and cats in Springfield, Ohio.
They're eating the pets.
Yes.
People are saying, and I'm glad that the moderators this time, they did push back a little bit on some of that.
There was a modicum of fact checking. Who knew?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it was I enjoyed it. And I thought she did a good job. And considering what she has taken on and what she has gotten herself into, I think that she had a plan going in and she worked her plan. He was just very reactive. And excuse me, in her summation, she was absolutely right, pointing to him. It's a same old story. It's a same old story over and over and over again. Nothing is ever his fault. Oh, did I say that? I don't remember saying that. Second thought was a lie. And he did get petty with her when he said, oh yeah, he doesn't like you. He can't stand you. Yeah, I'm going to believe you over Joe Biden,
And her correcting is like, you do realize you're running against me, right?
Yes. Yeah, you're
and then she also worked in the world leaders are laughing at you. She was hitting all his insecurities. And I was talking with Marina earlier. If you watched her early on, for about the first 10 minutes or so, she would just look at him and go like, Joe. And she kept doing that. And it's like, it plants the seed on the viewers because they're looking at her, just looking at him like, he's crazy. He's crazy. He's crazy. And then she stopped doing it because she didn't need to do it anymore. The seed's planted. And now you're noticing, yeah, he's crazy. He's doing that thing again.
Exactly.
The level of deliberate nonverbal communication she did during that debate was freaking amazing.
Yes. That. Yeah. Rose Blue says that you fell from a tree. Look. Yes. Yeah.
And the other part that we were having a fun time with was when Trump tried to use her line against her. Like, excuse me, I'm talking or something like that. That's the thing you like to say. If I were her, and I'm not, but if I were her, I would have said, you didn't quite get it right, but keep practicing, sugar. You'll get there. And I would have just like, and then just the ice pick right between the ribs. Yeah. But again, I'm petty like that, so I probably would have hit him with that one.
Yeah, well, and I would have been right behind you because, that's, there are times when I embrace my inner Karen and I do allow her to come out because sometimes that's what you need. That's what you need. So, you guys, and wait, who was it now? Hello, artist Liz. And Guamzilla, after the debate just now, donated $47. Very nice. Yeah. And Amanda Carroll says, am I supposed to be offended that Viktor Orban doesn't like me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, great guy. Right. And he said, oh, this would never happen, when Trump was president. And the lying that was coming from him was just off the charts.
Yeah.
Oh,
the other thing, she started on it early on, and she didn't keep going with it. I thought she kept connecting with Project 2025.
Yes.
And then he starts saying like, "Oh, I don't know anything about it." And then he's like, "Well, they have some good ideas, and maybe some not so good ideas." And I was like, "Well, if you know nothing about it, then how do you know if it's got good ideas or bad ideas?" Yeah, I might have hit him with that. And then there was one other thing. Oh, when he was talking about immigration, and they were asking about his proposal to deport like 10 million, 20 million people, or whatever it was. if I were her, I would have gone back and said, by the way, that whole deportation thing is straight out of Project 2025.
Yeah.
That's, it just, I would have connected him with that again. But again, I guess at that point, I think she felt like she had made her talking point clear. And I'm known to beat horses dead, the dead horses. Subtlety is not my strong point.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh,
This
great.
Sherry. Yeah. Taylor Swift just endorsed Kamala Harris and will be
Thank you,
voting
Sherry.
for her. Thank you, Sherry. Yes, saw it on Midas Touch. Perfect. Perfect. That is wonderful. Thank you, Lovejoy. Yes, we just heard.
Oh, somebody keep an eye on True Social, because the minute Trump hears about that, he's going to have a freaking meltdown on True Social.
Yes. Yeah.
Terrible Taylor Swift or whatever he's some stupid alliteration. Overrated Taylor Swift. It'll be like
yeah, exactly.
Terrible or overrated.
Yeah. So there were parts of it that and I was watching it with my son, and we both kind of laughed and just looked at each other like, oh God, can you believe this is going on? Especially, yeah, in the end when he was going on about, well, she's talking about what she's going to do. She's had 3.5 years. Why hasn't she done anything? She's had 3.5 years. And it's like, yeah, and you were president for 4. What'd you do? Where's the wall?
Exactly. Where's that wall that Mexico was going to build and pay for?
Yes. And that, not only that the wall, but the Obamacare, that's coming in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Look out for it, and it's going to be better than anything that you could even imagine. How good it's going to be.
It just when I said Mexico building the wall, well, they probably would have Mexicans building it, but no, it's just Mexico paying for it. The other thing was when they finally pressed him, did you see how he caved a little bit? Well, where's that plan you've worked on for 10 years? I've got concepts.
Yes.
Really? Wow. Concepts.
I do
10 years to come up with a concept or concepts. You don't even have a concept.
Yes.
Good. Exactly. Tell me more about this concept.
Yes. Yeah, it was that part. Yeah, we both laughed out loud. And yeah, when she started to talk about his felonies and his record, and your administration did this and this and this, and you were indicted on it. Remember? And
I was surprised she didn't use the word fraud, because he's like, she's a fraud, and this oh, well, let's talk about that then. And she said, when she ended with your criminal trial cases for fraud, and she hit him with the sexual assault too.
Yes, she did. Oh yeah, I clapped.
He didn't react to it. I was impressed that he didn't react to it, because that's going to get under his skin. One other thing. And I mentioned this to Raina too. Every time she scores a direct hit on him, and I've seen this before, so I knew kind of what to look for. He does that mouth turned down, like a type thing. Whenever she hit him with something, he knew she was right, and he didn't have a retort.
Yeah, and you could see his. Well, now we've got a big screen TV, okay, so we get to see things up close. And when they do a close up on somebody, you can almost see the pores on their face. Well, when they were zooming in on him, that's I said to Chris, oh my God, he is so amped up, because his pupils were they were big. So Dr. Ronnie, did a good job with the cocktail. I think he handled himself initially a lot better than I thought he would.
Yeah.
Because as you all know, my prediction was that he wasn't going to show up. So he showed up, and he did. yeah, he didn't fall apart as much as I wanted him to. But yeah, he's eating dogs and cats. And it's the same story over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the immigrants. Dude, you married two of them. Okay? Please. Don't be so rough on the immigrants. Maybe, the next Mrs. Trump is out there in the audience. You just haven't found
Mhm.
it yet, right?
Yeah, he she gave him enough rope, and he hung himself with this stupid thing about eating dogs and cats in Springfield, Ohio. Absolutely crushed himself with that one, and he brought it up a couple of times too. You can just see him just smiling to himself, her smiling to herself, like, "Man, you just shit your pants twice. That's awesome. Thank you for
Yes.
that." For
Yes.
Sherry, did it go as well as I thought it would, or how I thought it would? I would say it went better. And maybe that Nine of Wands, because my reading on it was I had a Nine of Wands as a signifier for her. It's kind of like the collective holding your breath, like, please don't screw this up. Please don't screw this up. She was magnificent. And I do think that my final reading came out pretty much like I thought it would, where I said both sides would think that they won the debate.
Yes.
Both sides will think that, the Trumpers are going to look at it and say, yeah, Trump won. The Kamala Harris supporters say Kamala won. And the independent voters and the undecided voters got to see both candidates, one talking about policy, optimism, and the theme of let's forget the past, let's work together and move forward, with the other guy is just airing his grievances and saying crazy shit.
Yes.
It's going to convince, if there were people that were like, and I'm going to say Republicans who weren't sure they were going to vote for Trump or not, they're not going to vote for Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. That she did a darn good job.
Yeah,
she really did. She played it well. She didn't, give in to his. He tried to bait her with, oh yeah, she's a Marxist. Yeah, her father is, knowing that she is estranged from her father. They don't have a very good relationship. So that was the first dig that he tried to get at her. And yeah, the look on her face was like, oh, bitch, no, you didn't. But yeah.
It's true. But the funny thing is, it's true. He is a Marxist economist.
Yes.
That's one of the few things he told the absolute truth on. Now, the fact that he has no influence on Kamala's life whatsoever is irrelevant, but that was an actual fact. An actual fact passed his lips.
There you go. Wow.
I didn't think he was capable.
Yes. It was. I thought it was. Mary Lou Ramirez says, yeah, this is, yeah, and I'm disappointed that she didn't bring up the fact that he told Marla to get an abortion. Yeah, you know what? I think that something like that would, I think in some people's minds, that would have brought her down to his level, and she wanted to maintain that up here. Like, that's something that he does. I don't play like that. I don't do that.
She never went back and got in the mud with him. Once or twice, at least once, maybe twice, she went back to rebut something, but she never went back and got in the mud with him.
Yeah.
And I was wondering how she was going to handle that. Again, I think Ronnie Jackson did a nice job of keeping Trump dialed down. Trump's energy was not as high, or didn't seem as amped as it was against Biden.
Yes.
And that's probably a good thing, because if he was up like that, he'd be up there screaming like Mike Lindell with a pillow sail.
Yes. Yeah. And but he had to get loud. He had to get the last word. If you didn't know who he was before the debate, he showed you who he was.
Yeah.
He showed you exactly who he was. A small, petty man who, is very concerned about the fact that, no, people they love to come to my rallies.
He's just watching another Obama clip, his crowd sizes. And he got smaller.
Yes. Yeah.
Shade.
Yeah. And yeah, when he was talking about the abortion up to the 9 months, even after the baby was born, and the governor of whatever West Virginia or whatnot,
North Carolina,
baby's born, we'll deal with it then. But there, and I'm glad that the moderator stepped in and said no state allows
abortion after 9
abortion
months.
after 9 months.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, Kamala did pick up on it. I like the way that she answered it in terms of, this is what you believe. Well, what about the woman who's having a miscarriage?
Right.
And, is bleeding out because everyone's afraid to touch her for, when he didn't, he kind of, at that point, he kind of stopped and you could see he's trying to think of what he's going to say to that, but he doesn't really have anything to say because apparently no one told him what he thinks about that just before he went on.
Yeah.
So there wasn't anything for him to rely on. But okay, so shall we take a look and see? Well, let's take a look and see how each one of them is feeling about how they did.
Okay.
Yeah. Teresa Conboy. My favorite meme so far, marked safe from having my pet today.
Come on, Dan. How's Kamala feeling after this debate? Queen of Pentacles, she got to her kitchen table issues. She's feeling confident. You got Trump in the center there, the world card. Okay, awesome. She's feeling she got to the kitchen table issues. She hit all her talking points that she wanted to hit. And most importantly, not only with the kitchen table issues, she also got Trump to expose his corrupt nature. She's sitting there, just what she gave him rope, he hung himself. She feels like I sealed this. I've completed the circle. I've shown people what I'm about. I've shown people what he's about. Good. She mission accomplished. She had all her points.
Yeah, she did. She did. And it's funny. Yeah, I think as I'm looking at my cards, I'm thinking, okay, the cards that I'm looking at don't kind of match up with Kamala. And then I thought, oh, okay, I wonder if I'm getting the Trump version. Coming in very, very combative, the 5 of Wands. Okay, yeah. Coming in and just kind of tossing everything all over the place, not really paying attention to talking about the 10 of Coins, 10 of Pentacles, concentrating on the money aspect of things that isn't really that important. Like, well, NATO started paying up after I said, if you don't pay up, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. That most people don't really give a shit about that because they don't understand how that works. And they don't understand that it's not the other countries paying the US. So he was talking about things that didn't really mean a whole lot. And then I get the 3 of Swords. I think that she got to him. I think that she upset him. And as much as he tried to be the big boy and this isn't going to hurt me, I think she got to him. I also get the 5 of Cups. He's not really happy. Yeah, he's not really happy about he I think that he thinks he could have done better. I think I could see him right now yelling at someone and why did you why did you tell me not to go after her or whatnot? Yeah, he was
Yeah. Let me throw on Trump. I want to see what the energy's like with him. But yeah, he's going to be yelling at Tulsi Gabbard. That's who he might go after. All right, let me see.
Yeah, my son just sent me a text saying that Taylor Swift just endorsed Kamala, and then the next one was, I could hear him raging from here.
Yeah, I bet. I absolutely bet. How's he feeling after this? He's at a crossroads. Decision time. What's he going to do? I think he felt like it wasn't high energy enough from him. So he's going to be upset with Ronnie Jackson. He's going to be upset at Jackson because he's going to feel like he was low energy, and he's going to blame Ronnie Jackson for that. Now, the rest of us would say it calmed him down to the point where he was coherent. But I think Trump wanted the Trump with Biden. He didn't want this Trump. He didn't quite Jackson didn't quite get the dose right. Okay. First off, he's going to be rage tweeting after this.
Yes,
he's going to be rage tweeting. He'll talk about, Kamala. Apparently, according to the comments, Kamala's already challenged him to another debate. He says it's going to go forward. He won't go forward with it. He might want another shot at her, but I don't think he wants another shot at her. I think this one right here is the big medicine card. You didn't give me a big enough dose. I need a bigger dose next time. If there's a next time, he's going to want a bigger dose. He might actually have his heart attack on stage at that point, because he'll have so many freaking uppers in him that his heart's going to go, I can't give up.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I'm going to have a smoke break over here while you're flopping on the ground. Let me know how that NDE works for you.
Yeah. No, she's things are changing for him. He's and they're changing fast. I think part of it is he's not happy with the way things went. More than that, I think some of the people around him are not happy with the way things went. And I think some of the supporters and the people with the money are saying, you know what, I'm not really getting a very good return on my investment.
Yeah.
So, what do we do from here? Because I do see, I do see things happening fairly quickly. So.
Gary's in the chat.
Hello, Gary.
Yes, Gary, we did talk about that. It seemed like if Kamala got 20 minutes to talk, he got about 30 to 35 minutes. I'd have to go back and look, but I think it was after she got under his skin about his boring rallies and people leaving early. At that point, he had to get the last word on everything. So even if it wasn't his turn, they're going to go to a new subject. He always got a bonus rebuttal.
Yes.
And to catch you up on that one, I think it was exactly what Kamala Harris wanted. She wanted him to just ramble and just show his crazy. Now back to what Marina was just saying with the the donors, the big donors, they're going to look at this and say, shit. This is the best we've got. This is it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
There's going to be some phone calls made. I don't think it was quite the debacle it could have been, but it wasn't a strong performance by any stretch of the imagination for him. If I was a donor, I'd be really pushing, how can we get the money to the Senate? I still think the Republicans, that's their best bet to stop Kamala Harris from really doing what she wants to do with this country, and that's to try and win the Senate so that they can block anything that comes from the House and block her appointments coming from the White House. That's how they can bork everything up. And right now, unfortunately, there's like 30 Senate seats, and like 23 of them are for Democrats, and only like 10 or 12 are from Republicans. So the Democrats have to hold all their seats and try and pick up a few along the way.
Yeah.
It's going to be a challenge.
It is. No one said it was going to be easy, and that's why you guys, you absolutely have to vote up and down the ticket, vote blue, even if you have to hold your nose while you're voting blue this time around. The idea is to make sure that Kamala and Tim get into office, and then that they can count on the Senate and the House to not tie their hands behind their back,
Yeah.
and have a have a repeat of the first Obama term, where he wasn't able to do a lot of things. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Hello, everyone who's come in. And there are 205 of you in here. And I can't say hello to each and every one of you individually, but on a grand scale, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you joined us.
But you can say hello by giving a thumbs up to the video.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we love you. Let us know that you love us by giving a thumbs up to the video, doing the like, share, and subscribe. And make sure that I have David's channel link in the description below. So make sure that you go over to his channel and do the same thing for him. God knows he needs your support.
I know, I'm just struggling here.
He is. I mean, he's just barely over 22,000. So yeah.
It's a hard life. It's a hard knock life over here.
I know. So okay, next thing is what else pops into my head now that yes, Jamie Johnson. Yeah, I just need 11,780 votes. That there was one point where they were talking about, and he wouldn't admit to the moderator who said, you've recently come out and said, yes, you won by a whisker. Oh, those being sarcastic and blah, blah, blah. And I thought at that point that Kamala should jump in and say, oh, really? You only lost by a whisker. Apparently it was 11,780 votes. Yeah.
That whisker or the 8 million votes you lost in the general population. See, but the thing is, if she jumped in that, he would have jumped right into voter fraud and the illegals voting and things along those lines. So that's why I think that's why she didn't do that, because he was just going to leap into one of his rants about the border. So she just didn't even give him the part. But yes, there are a couple people that posted up the 81 billion people fired you. Oh, yes, and that got one of those looks from him.
Yes, it did. Yeah. 8 million whiskers. Yeah. And Marie Sutton says that, oh my God, 45 is playing the victim, saying the moderators were unfair.
Marie, is that on True Social?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Marie doesn't say where it is, but yeah.
I'm assuming it's True Social. Where else would he be posting?
Yeah. Yeah. She flushed him down his golden toilet. Yeah, absolutely.
There is nobody who watched that. Well, cult members notwithstanding, nobody who's not a cult member could watch that and say the moderators were unfair to him, because unfair means they fact checked him. And even that one guy said, I watched the clips. There was not a hint of sarcasm in your voice, and they just went right on with it. That's about, they were almost felt like a mild touch of apology that they had to actually fact check him.
Yes. Yeah, and I did before the debate. I was listening to oh God, what's his name? Tyler. Anyway, and someone had asked him if he thought that the modders were going to be fact checking in real time. And he said, no, he didn't think so. And he understood part of the reason for not wanting to do that. Yes, Brian Tyler Cohn. Thank you very much, Antoinette. That the moderators did not want to insert themselves into that conversation in any way, shape, or form. So, they that they probably wouldn't, but I'm glad they did. And they hit it on the major points, right? It's not like they weren't doing it all the time, but on the major points, like there is no state sanctions abortion,
Yeah.
at the 9th month. And yeah, the losing by whisker. Yeah, no, that wasn't sarcastic. So, okay, but he is going to be rage tweeting tonight, and yeah, and his friendship with the Taliban. Yeah. And Book says, does anyone else feel a little concerned about 4 unanswered questions by our girl? I think initially, Book, when she first started and she kind of half answered the question and then she went off somewhere else and then kind of came back. That one I thought, ooh, yeah, okay, you're not really answering the question. You're giving a little too much information. But I think she caught herself in time and brought it back. And if the other ones, I don't remember the other ones, and I think the fact that I don't remember them tells me maybe they weren't important to me. Now they might have been important to someone else, right? They just
keep going. Finish the thought.
No.
The thing I was getting from that is because I remember the very first question, she wasn't really answering the question; she was pivoting to something else.
Yes.
And I was a little bit concerned, but then I realized, no, Trump wasn't answering the questions all either, and that was the problem Biden ran into. He answered the questions asked. Trump went on a propaganda speech. So Kamala Harris is like, okay, you're going to ask a question. I'm going to pivot and answer, give you the information that I want to give you.
Yes.
And she, for the most part, she usually was right around the sides of a question, unless it was something she wanted, like Israel, defending Israel. Yes. She absolutely answered that question because she wanted to answer that. For things that were going to be a little bit of a gotcha moment, she just decided not to answer it because guess what? Trump wasn't going to do it anyways. Why give him an unfair advantage?
Exactly. So I think she chose her little battlefields, and she didn't give in every time that he tried to lob a grenade at her, and this is going to get her all emotional and whatnot, and she just kind of like watch, and here lands one, kaboom, okay, carry on. So I think that she really did hold her own. She really did hold her own. Okay, is this going to give her an uptick in not only donations but in the in some of the polling numbers? And remember, I take the polling numbers with a huge grain of salt and understand where the motivation behind them. But is this going to increase her numbers? This is interesting. Holy Hannah. I may need your help on this one.
Okay.
Now I start off with 3 major arcana. I start off with the Death card.
Okay.
I get the World. And the Fool.
Crap! It's World War III. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's almost. All right, then I've got the 6 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles.
Okay.
According to his need, looking at what you. I wonder. Okay, I could read this and say I think this, the Devil or the Death card in this case is a good thing because I think it is the death of a lot of the things that Trump has been talking about, and things are changing. Things are changing. People are, where before they were ready to just kind of jump off the cliff with him, are now thinking, no, you know what? yeah, bridge too far. So maybe that's one way to read it is, yeah, it's not a bad thing. What's your view?
On that particular reading, I would say the death card is bringing an end to pretty much to Trump's campaign. The world card is bringing an end to the whole Trump MAGA thing. The Fool card is that new journey, because for those learning tarot, the world card is the last of the major arcana, and then it goes back to the Fool card to start the next cycle.
Yes.
I think, and then you got the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles.
Yes.
Is that correct? So you're looking at the charity, the generosity that's being given on the Six of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is, we've got a lot of work to do. You know, I'm not even looking at it from the economy point of view. But even if you were to look at the economy point of view, the Six of Pentacles trying to help students, trying to help people that have student debt loans, Medicare for all, or trying to do something along those lines. And Eight of Pentacles is, the economy's doing well. It's better than you were doing 4 years ago. And again, we can work together with our values and see this new age of Aquarius Fool card energy coming through on that one. Yeah,
I think that I agree with you. Yes, but the Six of Pentacles here, you've got the scales, and I see those as like the scales of justice. And I've always seen the Six of Pentacles in the traditional tarot as each according to their need. So this is, someone may get this time around, may get a coin more than you do, but at this moment they need it a little more than you do. Rest assured, when your turn comes, it will be given to you. So I think I like that. Okay. All right. We'll go with what he said.
What I was getting for that was Four of Cups. I think people are going to get their choice of what they want. Here's a new offering, something different. And the offering that they're going to get from this is, what are their values? This is going to be a big value push. Are you for helping people that need help? I got the Six of Pentacles as well. Or are you going to be stuck in the past? And her message is, you don't have to take the same old offerings. You can go for something different. You can go for something that represents your values. You can help people that are in need. You can cut these bonds and walk away from the old way of doing things. I value America. You value America. Let's put our values together and move forward. Her whole thing is about moving forward. And this is a card about being stuck. And it's like, no, don't be a victim.
Yeah.
Cut yourself free. Move forward.
Yeah. Do something. Yeah, absolutely.
They're still talking about the cactus in the chat. For those who missed it, I pointed out the cactus was looking rather phallic at the beginning. When you hold it up closer to the camera, you can see that it's nothing of the sort. It's just the lighting. Lighting is amazing.
Lighting is everything. And I've said that several times. I'm still trying to figure out how to adjust my light so that I don't look as pale, because I'm not as pale as I appear. But it is what it is. In the grand scheme of things, it's an annoyance more than anything else. So I give it time when I need to. Okay. Are his donors?
There you go.
Are his donors going to be doing some backroom meetings and dealings to try to somehow get rid of him?
Damage, yeah. What's the damage control going to look like here?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, how interesting. Okay, let's see what we got. It's a Trump reading, so of course the double card's there. Here's your donors. King of Pentacles, the real American oligarchs here. I don't think they're real happy with the journey that they're on. and what are they not happy about? They're not happy about Trump and where things are going with Trump. I think they see this slipping in their hands, and they've got very few chances to save it. Basically, it's a couple. Trump has 2 strikes. Susan Lin was talking about this today in her podcast about having 2 strikes, and on the 3rd strike, you're out. She was making baseball, softball references.
Yes.
And I think you're not going to see a big bump in his poll numbers with this. He's come across as a bit brain damaged. And I do think that the donors are going to start reaching out and making new relationships and new deals. It's almost as if they're going to start working around Trump.
Yeah.
And I do think that they might start cutting their support for him for the presidency and try and get their money to the senators, down ballot candidates, but especially the senators. That's their best chance to prevent them from hemorrhaging cash in the next 4 years.
Yeah. Did you get the 3 of Wands?
No, I got the 2 of Wands.
The 2 of Wands. Okay.
Yeah, they're making plans.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got the 4 of Wands, followed by the 3 of Wands. So I think that they were.
Get up, take JD Vance with you.
Yeah, celebrating and okay, you gotta go. 10 of Pentacles. Here's a couple of bucks. Don't let the door hit you on the way out with the 8 of Cups. But you gotta go. You don't need to go home, but you gotta leave here.
You can't stay here.
Yeah, you can't stay here. I think that they're. But buyer's remorse. It's too late. It's too late. You left it too late, and now he is not. There is not enough money out there for him to willingly walk away. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And again, I think the American oligarchs on the right, the tech bros, I think they're going to start dumping a bunch of money into like 8 to 10 Senate races for the Republican candidates. Those closely fought ones, they're going to be dumping the money they would have been giving to Trump. They're going to dump into those races. Trump will have to fund. This is my guess, and this is kind of my intelligence kicking in, but it's also the intuition. The money given to Trump is a lost cause. MAGA is still going to show up and vote for Trump, so you don't want to get rid of him off the ticket because you want MAGA to show up. But what you want are people that aren't excited about Trump to get out there and vote for the Senate, vote for the House, but mostly vote for the Senate.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's too late, baby, now. Yes, it's too late. We're never going to make it.
If you remove Trump, it's a write-in candidate, and the MAGA won't show up for a write-in candidate. There's nobody they like. They like Trump because it's a cult.
Yes.
They wouldn't even show up if it was Don Jr. They wouldn't show up if it was Eric, Ivanka, Jared, Melania, Barron, Steve Bannon. None of those people matter. Not one of them matter.
Yeah. And, the funny thing is that they put so much stock and money into his campaign because he was going up against Sleepy Joe. And now he's not going up against Sleepy Joe.
As Kamala pointed out a couple of times.
As Kamala pointed out. Yeah, you realize you're not running against him, right? You're running against me. Yeah, I think they are trying to find ways that they can walk away from this. Yeah. And they're not very, very happy with this, but you guys, I'm feeling very, very happy, very joyous. I think that she did a good job. And now Jamie Johnson had asked earlier, will 45 go to the next debate? So
King of Swords just kind of popped up there. The one thing I'm also wondering, I'm really keen to watch the Truth Social DJT stock price tomorrow relative to the rest of the market. It's been up the last 2 days. Not a lot, but it's been up. The market's done really well too. If you see the price hemorrhaging on DJT stock, tomorrow and through the rest of the week, I really do believe that is one of the least biased polls out there on the probability of Trump being reelected. As that stock price goes down, it's like a confidence marker.
Yes.
People put their money where their mouth is. And having 23 American flags on your pickup truck ain't putting your money where your mouth is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've talked myself out. Right? What was the question again?
What was the question? The next debate.
The next debate. Will he go to the next debate?
Yeah. Will he go to the next debate?
No. There's the foundation of the reading is the Hillbilly Brawl. I think he was upset with the lack of energy in this one, even though it's funny, ABC, that was a really spirited debate. That wasn't the debate he wanted to have. And, he survived. He didn't survive this one. I think he's like looking at it's like, I can't go through that again. That's just not going to happen. He's going to evaluate it. He doesn't gain anything by going to it. I would love it if he did another debate with her, because all you're going to see is the same level of craziness. And if he does do another debate with her, then he's going to have Ronnie Jackson up his meds, and he could literally, his heart could blow up during the debate. I don't think, honestly, Jackson's going to say, don't do it. I can't give you the meds you need. You're going to meet your maker if you do this. You are going to be dead and gone. You'll have a heart attack. I don't think he'll do it. I think he'll be talked out of it. And Trump's better trolling on Truth Social and holding rallies anyways because reasons.
Yeah. I think, I start off with the Six of Wands that, he believes he did a not too bad job. He's not going to admit to himself that she got the better of him. So as far as he's concerned, this was the best debate ever. He won this hands down and so on. Those around him see it as more of a burden with the Ten of Wands. That, Ten of Wands, that it's too much. It didn't go the way that they wanted. They now have a choice. And their choice is they can encourage him to do another one, or they can just hold things where they are with the Four of Pentacles. Like, you know what? Just you did not too bad. You stayed in there. You didn't lose your cool. You didn't shit your pants. You didn't do any of that. So, let's just leave it. And we thank you for the invitation, but we're just going to let this one pass.
I watched Kim, I think it was Kim and two of you I was watching the other day. She was asked how the debate would go. And I thought it was her answer. I could be wrong on that one. But an intuitive I was listening to was basically saying they're kind of relieved because it was just sort of the, just get him through this thing. And then the rest of the campaign is just damage control. What can we do to prevent him from self-destructing? Because that's pretty much where they're at this point. It's just preventing. He can't win this. All he can do is find different ways to lose it. Yeah. And the more he loses it, the more it impacts down ballot candidates. So truly, they are just trying to stop an absolute slaughter in Congress.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I am not worried at all about Trump being elected. I am not worried at all by this.
Yeah. And yes, city dances. Absolutely. The looks that Kamala gave him were yeah, they were typical, a lot of typical mom looks. That you look at a kid who's misbehaving from across the room, and they know that that look means sit down, shut up. And yeah, absolutely. So I think, yeah, she controlled it. She absolutely did. And is Laura still going to be in charge of the RNC?
Laura Trump.
Yeah, let's do a quick four-carder on that, and we're at 55 minutes, and then I have to let Gary go because he has a phone call with his daughter, and that takes priority. I'm sorry, folks, but yeah.
Gary caught it. Did you, Garf? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Laura Trump.
Yeah.
All right. Will Laura Trump be shown the door? Page of Swords, Nine of Cups. Oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. They're looking at her like this woman. I'm going to partially say, I'm not going to say she's an idiot. She just doesn't know what she's doing. She has no experience with this whatsoever. The only reason why she's there is because Trump put her in there so that she can give him all the money. The vibe underneath it is that it's not their pick, and but there's not a lot they can do about it because Trump's got her in there, and they're too damn scared about taking a different path. They might try and work around her a little bit. I don't think she's going anywhere. I think she's stuck there. As long as Trump is your presidential candidate, Laura Trump will be your RNC co-chair.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing for Republicans, for Democrats.
Yeah. She's in there as the high priestess. I mean, she's the one that's supposed to be in control, but really, yeah, like you say, she was installed, and her job isn't to watch out for the RNC. Her job is to let her father-in-law know where the money is, who's doing what, who's doing where. Yeah, her job basically is like the Seven of Swords. She's the spy in the camp, right? That's exactly what she's doing, and she's not going to be going anywhere. They're going to keep her there for Page of Pentacles. Yeah, just keep a watch on the money, honey. Okay, just let us know where it is. That's pretty much it. She's her days are numbered too. I hope Eric is able to find another good paying job to support that beautiful family of his.
He can pour concrete. Now, there's always some room for another concrete pourer in this world.
Yeah, look into the trades. Nothing wrong with being a tradesman. Mm-hmm. You guys, thank you so much for joining us on this. It was a lot of fun, and if we just keep the energy up, keep things going, let's get our girl across the finish line. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Would appreciate it very much. So David's info is in the description of the video, so make sure that you go over there and give him a little bit of love on his channels, and we'll see you here and Talk on Tuesdays in 2 weeks' time. But you've got different shows and things coming up over the next little while, right?
Yeah, well, it's just my normal videos I put up daily, and also with Twin Tarot. I've sort of revived the Tarot of the Seven Seas channel a bit. There's been stuff going on. Want to throw out that public service announcement. I tried typing the link in, it wasn't taking it. For the folks in the chat, if you haven't already, go to www.vote.org. It'll give you a form to check your registration. You fill out, just name, address, phone number, and it will tell you if the information that you've entered, if it's accurate. It'll show if you're still registered to vote. when I first typed it in, I dropped the letter E off of the word drive or lane or something like that. I dropped the E on it, so it said it wasn't registered. It's like, and I was, oh, you idiot! You just typed your street name. The minute I added the street name to it, bing, 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 shows I was done to vote. Literally took 30 seconds to do it.
Yeah. Make sure you check it often. Check it often, because the closer that we get to voting day, which is 8 weeks from today, the more shenanigans there will be. So anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for doing this, David, especially
You're welcome. It was fun. I was so, after being so freaking angry for the last couple of weeks, this was nice. This was uplifting. I was ready to go.
Absolutely. Perfect. So we'll see you all in 2 weeks' time. Check out, see what we're doing throughout the shows between now and then. Go to our community tabs and we'll see things on there. So take care all. Bye for now.
All right. Take